Hello, my pretties. Are you looking for a good juicer? Got some questions about juicing. Do you want to know what to look for, what to avoid so you don't get ripped off when you're buying a juicer? I'm going to show you exactly that. I'm going to start by unboxing this new one that I got that I'm pretty positive is going to work out favorable for me. This is by NutriBullet. It's the Juicer Pro. They made a juicer a while back. It's a centrifugal style juicer. And the first one that they made was actually really good, except it only lasted about 1.5 years and it broke on me. So, oh well. Now this one is a new improved version of that, so it'll probably work just as good, if not better, and hopefully last more than 1.5 years. So we shall see. So to begin with, you're going to get a real life demonstration of what it's like to unbox it for the first time, put it together, so you see how easy it is. There's no prep work involved, so it's not like I could do all this stuff beforehand and fool you. I'm also going to show you the cleanup, because that's a big concern. A lot of more traditional juicers, they're great to use, but man, the cleanup is so much of a hassle. It actually dissuaded people from juicing, myself included, a long time ago. But I've been juicing for a while now. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks throughout this entire thing, answer questions. What I would like you to do is comment right now. Follow me if you're Facebook, follow, YouTube, subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And if you get value from this, you like wellness and health and stuff, it'll behoove you as well. So right off the bat, instructional booklet, it's going to have recipes in here. I'm already pretty familiar with how this stuff works, so I should be able to go through it pretty quickly, which will help you go through it quickly if you follow along with me at some point. And I got my glass of trusty water. Juiced right out of my kitchen sink. There you go. Okay, so we got the cup that it's going to go into, the measuring cup, and standard cardboard stuff. It's going to be a lid. For one of the containers, or does that go over the cup? If so, well, that's a new feature. The original one does not have that. All right, cool. I thought maybe that might have been additional canisters that this might go into, but no, it goes right in this thing. That's cool. All right. Oh yeah, this is a new feature, ice trays. So when I juice, I can juice up some ice trays. It's kind of cool. I have no idea if I'll use it, but I got it. What's in here, I wonder? Oh, another ice tray. Okay, cool. Got 2 ice trays. So that's pretty standard, right? Here's the main unit right here. Put this on the floor. Pardon me, 1 second. All right, here's the box. Cool. So it's got its own, well, it's not a mason jar. Typically when we juice, we put it in mason jars because it forms a better airtight seal than other containers, but it looks like this comes with its own storage container. I will probably use it, but I'm also still going to use mason jars. Okay, so first of all, your first tip, what to look for. Does this have the specs on it? Okay, so this is a 3-inch opening. You want to get a juicer, if it's especially a centrifugal one, with at least a 3-inch opening. Otherwise, you're going to spend a lot of time prepping, cutting things down really small to fit through. Also, the motor, this one I believe is 1,000 watt. Yeah, 1,000 watts. You don't want to go less than 800 watts if it's centrifugal. If it's masticating, it can be a lot lower, or cold juicing. But centrifugal, it has to be at least 800. If you get below 800, even if it's cheaper, you're going to be sorry that you did it. It'll just be an expensive paperweight at that moment. So this one's 1,000, looks good. 3-inch opening, looks good. This little brush is going to be for the sieve. I'll show you that in a second. Oh, cool. All right, so we get 2 of these storage containers. That's awesome. So if I'm drinking with a friend or a partner, we have matching cups, matching containers. All right, so that's everything. Untwist tie the power cord. Take this plastic off. Getting this out of the box, honestly, is probably going to be the most difficult part. That's how easy these things are these days, especially the NutriBullet. NutriBullet also makes an amazing blender. I've got plenty of videos on that. All right, so here's the panter. This pushes it through. But this is the unit right here. So we are going to transition this to my countertop over here. Why don't you come with me? Yeah, good idea. Just, follow me right over here. I promise it'll be fun. Okay. If you push the power button and it's not working, make sure you got it plugged in. We've all made that mistake before. Now with the panter stick, you want to make sure that when you put it in, it's pretty self-explanatory, but there's these little grooves here. You just line them up and that way you push through. And if they're not lined up, obviously it isn't going to push through. Okay, so when I remove this, let me show you. See? Pretty simple. Right, like that. This comes out. This comes off. So here's the sieve. Lifts right up. That's what this is for when you're cleaning it afterwards. I actually use a regular dish brush thingy. It's got more surface area, get it done more quickly. That's entirely up to you. And also with this thing here, it's self-explanatory. It's got little grooves in here. You got to line up with this, otherwise it won't push down. But this also comes up, and I mean, when you're looking at it, it's granted I've been doing this a while, so obviously I'm pretty fluent. But even if you're a first timer, it's pretty self-explanatory. Like this piece is not going to fit on here first. You'll obviously identify that this piece obviously goes over this, so it's pretty simple to figure out that way. Now I can hear my mom yelling down at me from heaven. It's like, rinse that off, Tom. Yes, Mom. I never could get in the habit of rinsing vegetables, rinsing appliances like this before first time use. And I think it was shortly before she passed away. It's like, oh, okay, Mom, I'll start doing it now. So every time I rinse a vegetable or rinse something off before use, I always think of my mom now. And the sieve. All right, cool. Easy peasy, right? Yeah. Also, those storage containers, make sure you rinse those out as well. All right, putting it back together. Easy peasy. Oh my God, that is so easy. Now, let me get to this container cup here. Rinse that out. Very good. One more thing I will do. Put some water in here. Let's put this in a cup. Okay, so put water in another cup. What I will do for one last little final rinse, I'll actually just run the water through it. Okay, so this is cool. This has a spout shut off. I'll show you. Get this focused on this thing now and off of my face. So this has a spout shut off. That's pretty cool. Let's test it, see how well it really works. A lot of these, when you close them, you'll still get leakage through, but maybe this one, you can store everything and then watch it all splash out. I don't know. Well, let's find out. So let's turn it on. Okay, so this is cool. This actually has a few settings on a power button, and then low, high, and turbo. A lot of things you're going to want to keep on low, so there's as little friction as possible. Like cucumbers and apples and spinach, keep that on low. Maybe apples might go, nah, I would do that on low also. High or turbo, I probably will never use turbo, but high, I'll do tougher things like ginger root. So for now, I'm just going to put water through it to rinse it out. Okay, I've got fresh juiced water right here. And what we're going to do now, I want to test this thing out, this little spout shut-off thing. I want to see if it actually is watertight. Let's find out. Nice. There is no water dripping from it whatsoever. So when I open this up, we have the option of letting everything collect in here, all the juice. Then we open it and boom, you can hear it coming out now. That's pretty cool. I kind of like that. All right, now we're going to juice something, right? That's what we bought this for. This is my most common concoction that I do by far and away. So one concern people have about juicing is it's going to spike blood sugars. It's not good if you have diabetes. And for a lot of concoctions, that's true. Put this back on my face now. So not all juices are created equal. That can be said for just about anything. Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, nutrients. Juicing is no different in that regard. Not all juices are created equal. For example, I don't juice carrots or beetroots because they're very healthy if you eat them in their whole food form. But when you juice them, it's such a high concentration of sugar that, yeah, it's going to spike your blood sugar. And if you're pre-diabetic or diabetic, that's probably not going to behoove you. So for that reason, I do not juice carrots, beetroots, things like that. So here's what I do juice. And almost every time it's this combination, these 5 ingredients. I will do organic celery. So celery, it looks like a bone, snaps like a bone, and it's about 1/3 sodium, which is what our bones are, as it turns out. Wonderful superfood for the bone, as well as some other health benefits. So I love celery, and it doesn't spike blood sugar. It's really good for you. Spinach, obviously, does not spike blood sugar. So this is baby organic spinach. The baby spinach has more medicinal energy than regular, we'll call it adult spinach. I'm not sure why, but that's just the way it is. Also seeds, when they're sprouting and you eat that, great energy. This is liquid chlorophyll. Once we get this juice, it's going to come out in a very vibrant, very bright green color. It's chlorophyll comes from the sun. It makes all life possible. Liquid chlorophyll, it's great for your blood, all of your organs. Does not spike blood sugar whatsoever. I mean, our bodies are pretty much designed to eat dark leafy greens more than anything else on planet Earth. Also, when it comes to dark leafy greens, it's the only food that we can eat that doesn't have a tapering effect. What I mean by that is all other foods, no matter how healthy they are, your body can only absorb and utilize so much of it in one feeding. The rest of it will just go through you. And but not spinach. There's no tapering effect. The more of this you eat, the more health benefits you're going to get, the more chlorophyll you're going to get, and all those benefits that come with it. So you cannot eat too much dark leafy greens. All right. We're also going to do the cucumber. Very hydrating, more hydrating than water. I forget the ratio or the proportion that it's more hydrating, but it is more hydrating than a glass of water. It's amazing. Apples. I only juice Granny Smith apples. Organic, green, tart. They are the most medicinal, especially when you're juicing, then it's like you're just going to get sugar water from the other apples. But these are very anti-cancerous. Thousands of chemicals from Mother Nature. So get your apples, get a couple a day, juice, and also just eat them whole like this as well. Okay, and last, certainly not least, ginger roots. I juice a lot of ginger. For most of you, probably like this or half of this is all you're going to want or need, but I do all of this because I'm a freak. I just love it. Like, this will be too much for most of you to palate. I love it. And, you know, when you cut through it with the apple or two, I mean, it's up to you. But, ginger has all kinds of health benefits. It's amazing for your gut, blood pressure, anti-inflammatory. I think it's also an antifungal. You know, correct me if I'm wrong. It's got a lot of health benefits, and all of these things are what's known as superfoods, especially the ginger root and the spinach. And that is, to be a superfood, you have to have a normal amount of nutrition per calorie. And that's a really good concept. Instead of counting calories, count your nutrition. How much nutrition are you getting per calorie, and what is it doing to your blood sugar? This also, none of this stuff here is going to raise your blood sugar, none whatsoever.
And one really cool thing about juicing, in just a moment I'm going to give you a demonstration on how I like to juice to get more yield out of it.